Hey, thanks for tuning in to Ray's Radio today. I'm your host, Raina Lutz, and I want to have some fun with you today. I am so excited to share these tools to overcoming cravings. All of my podcasts are bite-sized episodes to give you the tools you need to make change in your wellness and make it easy. Nutrition, healthy, boring. I make it fun. So at the end of today's episode, you are going to have 3 tools to easily start overcoming your cravings, even if you have been suffering and agonizing about them for years. Let's tune in. Today, I want to give you 3 tools to overcome your cravings. Sympathy for the devil. So some of the words I'm going to share with you today are an attempt to be real in an industry ripe with diets, supplements, green smoothies, luscious bodies, and perfectly airbrushed glowing skin, which, by the way, none of that is real. And so I want to be super real because a lot of the wellness industry is marketing, a lot of it is unattainable lies and meant to make us feel like not good enough most of the time. Sometimes wellness and good nutrition is a can of chickpeas and a bag of rice. Sometimes it's fruit. That's great too. It's not the image that we get sold on Instagram, which is, these stunning millionaire home kitchens prepping hours of prepping intensive food, and bikinis, smoothies on Instagram. So, none of that's real. Okay, maybe for some people that's real, but eating green drinks, salads, and sprouts all day in a bikini is not my idea of a good time. Perfection is passé. So in my world, wellness is not about perfection. Sometimes nutrition is making the best choice in a drive-thru. One of the blogs that has the most hits of all time, thousands and thousands of people have read my blog, The Healthiest Things to Eat at Tim Hortons. And that's because when they Google that, I come up right away. And so that's life. Sometimes we're in a drive-thru. The kids are sick, or we didn't get to make lunches that day, or we didn't have anything in the fridge. And sometimes wellness is making the best choice in the gas station because a family matter came up, your world just came crashing down, and you haven't eaten yet that day, but it's already 4 p.m. So that's why I don't judge people as a nutritionist, because we all have reasons for making the choices that we do all the time. Cravings happen. McDonald's happens. So why do we have certain cravings? Okay, so I'm going to give you my first tool. The first tool is to evaluate what's actually happening. Is this a physical craving or an emotional craving? Right? So are you craving fries because you haven't had enough carbs that day and you really need them? Are you upset or frustrated about something that happened to you today that is causing you to emotional eat? Becoming conscious of our feelings surrounding our choices is key to learning ourselves better so we can make different choices, aka taking our power back. So physical craving is I'm craving salt because I'm stressed. I'm craving salt and crunchy because I'm stressed. I'm craving sweet because I'm sad and stressed. Physical cravings, I'm not eating enough, so I'm craving more food. I'm eating too much processed food, so I'm craving more food. I am short of a certain mineral or vitamin, so I'm craving a certain food. Right? So when we start tracking some of this and get an idea of what's going on, we can start putting some dots together about what might be happening. Okay? So good versus evil. In cartoons, remember in cartoons when they have the angel on one shoulder and the little devil on the other? Sometimes that is what our cravings feel like. And it causes us this struggle, this battle, to hear that devil saying, go on, girl. You eat that poutine. You get that double frap, pumpkin spice, whatever, with the whip. You go. You do it. And then you can also have, your adorable angel on the other side who's like, it would feel better to eat salad and sprouts and kombucha. So these two are in a battle of values. And that's such a representation of what we are as well, right? Are we yin or are we yang? Who are we going to be today? And that's why I like talking about balance or harmony, because we don't have to silence one side and force and manipulate ourselves using willpower and strength to only be using the good side all of the time. Most nutritionists promote the 80-20 rule, and that I can get behind. 80% of the time our diet is healthy food and 20% is soul food. And soul food might mean cultural foods that are unhealthy. It might mean junk food that is comforting in a certain inner child way, right? So my second tool on overcoming cravings is understanding what your angel and your devil are, and can you dress them up and put names on them and decide what they are, right? So is there a, donut loving Darcy on one side? You can give them names. So that way, when you have a craving, you can just say, oh, there's Donuts Darcy trying her games on me again. I'm going to think about that. Maybe decide if there's something I could eat instead. Maybe have a glass of water first. Just take a moment to pause and assess it before jumping in, right? And that's practicing the pause is so powerful. So when you pick your disadvantage, you give it a name, you give it a feeling, play with it. It's more fun this way, plus we can learn about ourselves rather than trying to force ourselves to be better, to fit into a box, working hard to change a part of us. We don't have to change it. We just want to know what it's there, what it wants. And sometimes just by getting conscious of it, it automatically changes. Just by the awareness. So most coaches will say, oh, you need to fight that hellraiser. You need to overcome them, be bigger than them, squish them with willpower, be smarter than the need, right? But it doesn't really work that way in the moment. In the moment, I get it. So I want people to work with the hellraiser. And this is the third tool. You work with your cravings by being mindful of them. So in my world, flexibility is king. I mean, cash is king, obviously, but also flexibility is king. So being asked to be bigger and smarter than a craving is like telling your body to shut up. I'm not going to tell my body to shut up. It's trying to communicate something. And it's just not being heard. So all I have to do is listen. Flexibility is where we find our happiness while we're honoring our body. Because the reason we need help with making changes in our body is because we often have these two opposite sides bickering, right? You already know this. You've felt the angel and the devil. The angel is like, go for the salad. And the devil's like, no, heck no. We're going to have the pizza. You know you want it. And there's temptation. So how do you find the balance between the want to eat fun and the need to eat healthy? Well, the fight represents your freedom, and the key is right in the middle, but with mindful awareness, because you can moderately enjoy foods that aren't good for you without ruining your progress. I promise you that. And awareness of your angel and devil gives you a huge advantage. Have you ever tried to change something in your life, but you found that life was against you or it got in the way of change? Yin and yang don't work against each other. They need each other for balance. So if you're looking for someone to be real with you, straight up, when it comes to your wellness, give you the truth that you need and the medicine in order to make the changes that you need, to make the shifts that you need, I'm your girl. If you're looking for someone to truly deeply listen to you when it comes to your wellness, your trauma healing journey, your spiritual journey, your mental health journey, your stopping dieting journey, I'm your girl. If you're looking for someone to give you a green juice cleanse for a week, I am not your girl. And if you're looking for sympathy for the devil, I'm not your girl. I will hold space. I will listen. I will understand your devils, and I will help you understand where they might be coming from so that you can use your awareness of them to transform your own choices. And that's how I work as a practitioner. I don't tell people, here's what you do, A, B, C. I help them figure that out on their own because we're all different. So I hope these 3 tools were helpful for you to learn how to overcome your cravings. You do not have to live a life where you are feeling out of control with your food cravings. You are always in control. Hey, thanks for making time to listen to Raise Radio today. I really appreciate you. If you head on over to my website, www.lutesnutrition.ca, you can get some food for your soul. I'm giving away my Food and Healing Make Stress and Overwhelm a Thing of the Past guide. It gives you everything you need to end the mind games, stop agonizing about whether or not you're doing wellness right, and end your nightly cravings. It is free on my website, lutesnutrition.ca. Head there now and you can grab the guide for yourself. Thank you so much for listening today.